Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon. We're back with the, I'm about to say the multiplayer podcast, with the Expand Your Mind podcast. As you guys come in, ladies, mute that there. As you guys come in, you'd be so kind to hit the share button. We'll try to put on an entertaining show for you today. I mean, I don't do these shows often, but again, we got a few topics we're going to talk about, and I'm in here with my brother Noah. What's going on with you, Noah?
What's up, bro? What's good, man?
Everything copacetic?
Yes, sir. You know it. Just getting off work.
Is he getting off work? Okay, all right. Now, you, like I said before, you were saying something behind the scenes about some of your faith, belief, and how you were brought up. We're going to touch on that today. We're going to see if we get some of this spooky shit out the way. But yeah, what's going on with your good brother Parker?
I'm going to go ahead. We're going to talk about these topics, and maybe I might do some exposing, some frauds, whatever. We'll see.
Oh, okay. All right.
Exposed,
Oh, man. All right. Okay, what's going on with you, good brother Neff?
Nothing much. Just did a live stream on my channel real quick right before the show, talking about all the shit that went on Twitter. But that's gaming stuff. We're here for the flat Earth believers. We're here for the R. Kellys. We're here to expand your mind.
Hey, Paul, you put a pause next time we're here for R. Kelly.
Pause.
You gotta put a pause on. Yeah, you gotta put a pause on that. You forgot the pause, Neff. Got a little hit in the show. It's cool. Let me hold up. Where the video right here? Okay, here we go. Join us. Let me put the link to the Twitch. What's going on? But shout out, listen to everybody in the chat. Like I said, as you guys come in, type something that can say, shout out to you. Before we get started, really get into the foolery and the fuckery. Actually, let me put this on. Facebook is still down. I can't even share it on Facebook. Facebook
is down. That's crazy.
Yeah, they said.
You think that's some UFO shit? That's some UFO shit going on?
Yeah, man. They said. I seen the tweet. They said, MySpace said we're open. This is crazy, yo. Join us live on Expand.
Hey, I know what happened. They found that frog shit, and they're like, we got to take this shit down somehow. Facebook's going offline.
UFO religion. What else we got? UFO religion. Flat Earth. R. Kelly. Yeah.
Rich people cheating to get the kids in school.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it a little bit there. They talk about a little bit of all that.
Racism happening at UPS in Ohio.
You might have to say that one. That's a little high. That's a little raunchy. You might have to say that one there for YouTube.
Yeah, you said racism, Parker?
Yeah.
So, a father pulled up to a school with an AK-47 because a teacher put hands on his kids.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that, too.
Oh, wow.
So we got a few topics in here. What's up, my brother Vector? What's going on, man? SS9 Vegeta, what's going on? Gaten 8898, shout out to you, good brother. Rafiza, shout out to you. She said this is our favorite show that I do. Shout out to you. Okay, who else is here? Sorry, we got the pastor back in with us today. What's going on, good brother Briggs?
I like to start off by saying God bless every last one of you. I love each and every one of you, and we're gonna make it do what it do tonight, and as long as you believe in Him, you do have your way.
As long as we believe in who? Your Father?
How many complexion plates you gonna pass
the Heavenly Father. You already know who I'm talking about.
You talking about your biological father or father, the stepfather? Adopted father?
I'm talking about my spiritual father. You know exactly.
You might have to fix that green screen, but yeah. Hey Briggs, while he's fixing his green screen, I gotta ask you. What? Great content you're doing on your channel, whatever you're doing your thing, but why are you posting videos at 3 in the morning, trying to get us to gather in a circle and pray together? What's going on, Briggs?
Jesus.
I try to be up. I try to be up before. Well,
I'm on my YouTube feed at 3 in the morning. I see Briggs. We gotta come to pray together, guys. God loves you all. Like, what's going on, Briggs? You trying to send us a message?
People need uplifting. They need spiritual. At 3 in the morning. Yes. Most people go to work early, man. You know what I mean? They get up early, take a shower, and why not throw on Man Gamer 1-on-1, man, and go ahead and that's what I'm here for,
Go ahead and do what? I'm interested in what you're talking about. So, what you got a prayer channel? Or what you got going on, bro?
Oh, it's the gaming channel, but I'm mixing it in with my business, Briggs Family Barbecue.
So you got barbecue. Wait, hold on. So you got soul food, video games, prayer, and what else? A motivational speaker.
Yes, and Jesus. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, if you have multiple talents, man, that's because my Heavenly Father gave them to me. So why not put it to use? You know what I mean? All in one
I love this guy.
Multitasking. I'm never tired. You know what I mean? I stay up.
All right.
You know, I stay ready so I ain't got to get ready. You know what I mean?
Say no more, good brother. Say no more. All right, my man wear many hats, man. My man said he got his...
Hey, wait, one more thing. I'm trying to get slim trim like a bicycle rim. You know what I mean?
All right, Brig. All right. Hey, yo, who we got in the chat? We got a mouse in the chat. Let's just get in the chat.
Wait. Hey, I gotta tell this story, bro. My mom used to date this dude. He was an older man, right? Mm-hmm. And one day we hit the weights, right? And every time he'll bench press. Every time he get the bench up, he'll go, Jesus!
Hey, yo, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Black folks be spooky as hell, man. Oh, man, y'all jokes be cutting up, man.
You motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we got my man Sean. He's back. My man Sean, a.k.a. Kumar.
What's going on, Harold?
Everything's copacetic, man. Everything's copacetic.
Everything's cool.
All right. I was waiting for post. I hit post. I'm on the post. Probably come here fast and be late, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like I said, it is. But anyway, before we can start, I'm saying in the background here, we can talk about this before we get into. Hey, what you want to talk? What you want to go talk about the frogs first, or you want to talk about the college situation? I'll let you guys pick.
We'll start the college.
The frog is more of a foiler.
We'll keep that for a special, like
All right, well, listen. Now, tell me what's going on. You got to fill me in before what's going on with these. I know it was Yale and Georgetown. Like, what's going on?
Actually, I got no idea, but Noah knows the shit. So
okay, Noah. Oh, Noah.
I can't remember what school this time. I mean, I had a chance to glance at it real fast, but pretty much you got celebrities cheating to get their kids into these Ivy League schools.
Top league schools, elite schools.
So-called want their kids to have a better life. Mm-hmm. Is what I saw quoted.
Now, okay,
I don't blame them.
But yeah, so I ain't mad at that. What about how they exploit the student athletes and stuff? They don't get a dime a lot of times.
So you don't mind these celebrities, these people that have money that are already established, pretty much established in society, cheating to get their kids give their kids a leg up.
I mean, what about student athletes?
Yo, you cool with people abusing their power?
Everybody.
At the end of the day, money talks. I say money is very powerful.
Yeah.
Straight up, money is very powerful. If you got the fucking money to do it, and you know the people, you get shit done.
Oh man!
Listen. Let me give my input on this shit. All right?
Oh, it's this guy.
Listen. First of all, if you know your kid is fucking retarded, doesn't matter how much money you have, and they're not interested in going to college. Why take someone else's kid's spot? Who's actually
retarded? Thank you, brother.
This is the real world. This is the real world we live in. Life is unfair.
The
world is only as bad as we allow it to be, bro.
Listen. I understand. No, I understand where you're coming from. I think it's bullshit, but you know what it is? When you got money, money talks, and the world is unfair. That's the way the world is straight up now.
So don't bend over and get penetrated, bro. Like step up there.
Wait a minute, hold up.
First of all, my thing is, I don't even blame those parents. I blame the fucking school. That just tells you how much school gives a fuck about education.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, the system,
right? The school could have been like, look, I understand you giving our money, but listen, your kid is dumb.
Like, I went to a school where we had a lot of rich white kids that go to the school. It was like a mixture, but I used to see that all the time, bro. Favoritism, like their parents would donate money to the school. Everybody knew it, so that they didn't get in trouble about nothing. They could sleep in class, they could act out. The teacher would laugh with them.
Did you guys see?
I do the same thing, and I get sent to detention. So, I mean, that's stuff. I seen that firsthand.
You guys see?
Well, let's be honest. You just a retard. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You guys see the interview with one of the children though?
No.
It was a girl. They questioned her, and she says, she's glad to be going to college, but the academics, she doesn't care about the school itself. She's just going for the partying and the sex and the things like that. You know what I mean? So.
And the drugs.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
it's the way of life, guys. That's the way of life.
Get the studying and all that. She don't care about the school, but she heard that it's really good partying in the colleges, and she wants to be a part of that. So,
well, I guess your kids, they're away from home. The kids gonna be kids. I mean, here's the thing, though. I think it sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? You know, I'm crooked to the bone. If I look like this, right? As long as they're not taking whatever from someone who bust their ass, like somebody from the hood, you know, to try to get one of these schools, and I think, or what, not even gotta be from the hood, just anywhere in life, and they're not avoided that or given that same opportunity because someone paid their way to get in. I think that maybe that sucks a little bit.
And of course it does.
You know that's happening because there's only so many spots they could fill.
Yeah,
so you already know, like.
But it's a crime that the FBI is investigating. Like, Joker's going to go to jail.
Also, yeah, it's a big thing. This is this is massive. This is why they're all getting fucked for it now.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
bro, I was in college. I was in college with fucking dudes that's throwing a party every day. I had one of them actually like the dude would throw a party every day. He would dead ass be there like, yo, like
that's what it's all about.
I don't give a fuck about being in school. Literally would tell me that shit.
Let me hear this. Yes.
But dude, listen, yeah, no, when you watch these TV shows and movies about this college kids, college parties, and all that bullshit, where do you think it comes from? Because it's based on through events, through stories off of this shit. Shit happens, real shit happens.
Hey, Sean, y'all got colleges in your third world country?
Wow,
here we go, man. Here we go. Here we go. It begins. Yes.
One second. No, I'm from the UK anyway, so.
Man, you know you from Istanbul. Stop lying.
I'm not Turkish. Come on, man.
Real disrespectful.
That's real disrespectful. Is that us? If I call him a, if you call him a Pakistani someone, he'll take that shit serious.
Okay.
Nah.
They about to go to war, bro. Chill, man.
Yeah, about to say, even America had to go over there and like, hey, bro, chill.
Oh, in India and Pakistan, they don't ever.
Yeah, because what happens is Pakistan usually trolls India and like fires like a missile or something or whatever. But this time, India actually responded.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
We're talking about your flat Earth believes you, motherfucker. Where you been at?
Let's expand this discussion.
We are about to expand that discussion.
We are, but I don't blame Post. To be honest, yeah, when Post is on his day clipping toenails, everything looks flat.
Oh shit, man!
Sean's slowly becoming a savage. Seriously.
Yeah. Hey, yo, wait, hold up.
Yo,
we know you and that ET got relations though. We ain't gonna talk
hold on.
That's why you ride him on the front of the bike, Paul.
Hold on. Panel, please mute your mics. Mute your mics. We have a video demonstration for Postup. Postup, pull up the stream on your phone or whatever you need to do.
Here we go with this.
We have a video demonstration. Everyone mute your mic. Z will tell you when to play.
Alright, let me know I'm about to turn it up.
Here we
go with this.
Yeah, we're on Twitch, yeah. Well, here we go.
Let me just get on. Hold on.
Alright, mute your mic. I'm gonna play the video now. Let me know when so we can see. Let me know when anybody got Twitch up and I can play it so they can see it.
One second. Let's get the shit muted.
Well, goddamn, Kumar.
We're all good. We're all good.
All right.
You have a backup experiment. If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're going to hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's his... we don't
but I was just saying, like, it is a crime. Like, it's
hold up.
Interesting. Interesting there.
So you see the light, then?
That's interesting.
Oh, what do you say if you don't see the light? What do you say?
This hole, through the next hole.
Yeah, hold up.
And seeing the light.
He didn't see the light.
17 feet off the water. The Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet.
Oh.
How far? What distance was this set up at?
17.
Because if you're just talking a few feet apart, look, man, I can show you, and in the same breath, I can show you a video that proves that it's flat. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean nothing. See, this what happens here.
Okay, let's see.
A person say the world is flat. Everybody calls them names immediately. Ignorant, stupid, didn't go to school. This and that. This and that. This and that. They never want to take the time out to thoroughly investigate and research the information that's being presented. But they will go search one video on YouTube to prove that the Earth is a globe, and that's the end of the day. I can for that same video he just showed. I can show the video that can prove.
Oh, hold up. Who the hell is that?
That's Parker. I'm trying to mute him.
That's you,
Who's that? Who?
Okay, Parker's muted. We're good.
All right, we're good. All right.
Look, for the same video he just showed, I can show millions of experiments that wouldn't apply on a globe. For that same video that he just showed, I can show you other people doing experiments that shouldn't apply on a globe. That say, hey, this can only apply on a surface that's flat. So at the end of the day, I don't know what type of environment they was in. I don't know what type of distance that was set at. Like I said, this planet is huge. It's a huge, very huge planet. So other than that, man, as far as the flat Earth thing, you know, that's something that I believe I'm looking into. So if you don't rock with it, you just don't rock with it. I do it. I press it because the reaction I get out of people. For them to immediately think that something is wrong with you because
let me ask you something. Look, rise on one side and set on the other.
The sun does not rise. It does not rise. You see, and that's another thing. That's another thing that people have no understanding of. It looks like it's rising and setting because the way it's moving out of your eye view. But it does not come up and come down. It's videos, it's research on this on YouTube as well as far as eyesight, as far as you can see, in terms of how the sun moves. When you think it's setting, it's not going down.
So
it's
explain to me then why when the sun
it's just moving out of your eyesight. Look, man. Look.
When I talk to my friends in Australia, right? And it's nighttime here, it's daytime over there. Explain that.
Look. Let me tell you something. Look. This the whole flat Earth thing. Look, until y'all do your own investigation of it and stop questioning me.
I'm using the reason to determine that the Earth is round and not flat.
I'll take y'all serious.
Post, let me ask you something. A serious question, yeah. When did you stop believing the Earth was round?
It's not about believing the Earth is round or flat. It's about questioning things when you research it. When you research them, who got into this? Of course, my brother did his research on it, and he told me to look into it. And then when I looked into it, when I started reading about it, looking into it, looking at videos and things like that, it became interesting. The reason why I press it so much is because the reaction I get out of people, how instantly, if you tell them something that goes against what they've been indoctrinated with since they was from birth, they're gonna easily fight the system. They're gonna be the warriors for the system. They're gonna be the warriors for the system. They don't even know it. They call you stupid. They call you ignorant. They say you need to go to school. You this and all that. And none of them ain't never took a few seconds out of the day to go research it. And you got to, in order to understand it, you look at the Flat Earth Society, where the Flat Earth Society is funded by the government. So you can't go off what they say because they make the whole flat Earth thing look stupid, and that's on purpose because it's government infiltrated. So you gotta know where to go for the correct information. Because if you go into this so-called Flat Earth Society that's funded by the government, that's out there to make the whole flat Earth situation look stupid, look funny, and laughable. then you're going to the wrong place and getting your wrong information. And at this point, it's pretty much.
So, Post.
Let's talk about Post. Don't make fun of him. Post, I think you're absolutely correct with the whole Flat Earth Society. Because they don't need to go there to laugh at it. They just need to listen to you. But let me pay the bills real quick.
They can listen to you too. They can listen to you too.
I need to pay the bills.
They need to listen to you too.
I need to pay the bills, Post. Let the man pay the bills.
They need to listen to you too.
They need to listen to 50 bits on Maroon Wind. Goddamn, we're going to kill Briggs. Forget the Flat Earth joint. Forget it. Go back to how we weren't slaves. That shit is correct.
I want to talk about that one. I
never said we weren't slaves. See, people don't even.
You missed it last week.
People don't even hear or understand what.
Well, this is the one.
What you be saying?
Hold on.
I never said.
Hold on, Sean.
We weren't
slaves.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you, folks, because I was looking around. Now, I don't know. Like I said, not to say that you were misinformed or anything like that. What I thought you were saying, and I want you to stop me if I'm misspeaking or I misspoke. To say that people of color been in America before Christopher Columbus or whatever land here or brought the first slaves.
We was not only in America, we was in South America too.
Yeah, fine. I get that.
We was in South America.
If you look at some of if you look at some of the Aztecs, that statues, they got wide noses. I understand that, right? Now, but what I'm asking you, are you saying that they never took trips to Africa to get slaves to bring back here?
I'm not saying they never took trips to Africa. I'm saying that a lot of black folks in America have been, so-called black folks in America. We don't know what we are in terms of Moors, Indians, all that
people
shit.
People of color.
All that shit is made up names anyway to suppress who we really are.
Okay.
But we'll just stick with people of color.
Okay.
We have been led to believe that all of us came from Africa, and that's not the case. And that's what I meant by that. And in terms of when I was talking about the North Atlantic slave trade, I was questioning whether it was true or not, given that the number of boats, the number of people they was putting on the boats, the distance between where they was leaving and coming to America, and then how many slaves that they said they brought from Africa over to here. If you look at the numbers and you do the math, based on that, it'll be impossible for that to happen in the span of time that they said. If that was the case, to this day, they will still be bringing slaves over from Africa to America. Y'all can scrunch your face.
No.
Look, I'm just saying.
I ain't making no face. I'm making a face.
No, I'm just saying. If you go, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you go research, they always say.
How about this, Post? Hit me out, right? I understand research, right? I'm just using common sense now. I know that in Africa they have still you can go there and tour certain parts of Africa, especially North Africa. You can go there and see where the ships came and docked, and they had the cages. They kept the people in the cages, but they didn't have so much to go back in Africa to get so many slaves. But we were multiplying here in the States. You know what I mean? And again, because here's the thing, though. Because we're not saying that we weren't, at some point in time in history, the Native Americans populated the Americas, right? Because if we were here and we were mostly friends with them, we were slaves to them too. Also, they had slaves.
The Native Americans, though.
Well,
that's what I'm telling you.
If you look at some, let me say this. If you look at some
Native Americans,
if you look at
Aztecs, the Mayans.
I get that, but if you look at some pictures of Native Americans, some of them are extremely dark. That's a given. If you look at some of the photos, older photos like in the 1800s, and you look at some of those Native, they are fairly dark-skinned people. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case you want to call them. You know what I mean? But they are, between them mixing with other people from other countries or whatever the case may be. Even if you look at some of them Mexico, some of them are extremely dark.
Yeah.
But are you subscribing to the fact that maybe I won't say civilization, but that people of color, we didn't start off in Africa and then migrated out?
I'm not saying that we didn't start off in Africa. Africa is the motherland where pretty much gave birth to life, to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying, in terms of us and as people of color, we was on every continent on this planet. It's proof of us being on every continent, living on every continent on this planet. And I'm just saying that it's easy if when you don't know who you are, when you don't know where you came from and things like that, people can tell you was from anywhere. And I'm just saying that if you look at people of color physical aesthetics in America, some of them don't even line up with people of African culture, with our brothers and sisters over in Africa. And if you look at our backgrounds in terms of what we led to believe growing up, an Indian was always a light-skinned person with red skinned person, however you want to look at it. But history, if you go back, history says different. History said those natives was people of color. You know what I'm saying? Till this day, you got people in America that's fake natives. That are fake natives. They not even, and they're getting everything that comes with being a native or being indigenous to this particular content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that you have to go back and look that we was already here when Christopher Columbus came over and wiped those 2 million natives out. That was 2 million of our people. We was everywhere, and it's good because if you from this if you're indigenous to this continent, it's certain things that's old to you. How about this? If you being controlled and say, hey, you was from here, and you don't understand where you're from, then you'll never have access to those things.
I'll ask you a question, Post. Maybe this may make sense, right? And again, I'm not just totally to dismiss your theory, your hypothesis, right? Your synopsis. How about this, right? If there were 2 million Native Americans that were wiped out through disease, smallpox, whatever, by Christopher Columbus and those guys, right? A lot of those people died off from diseases. If there was so many 2 million, you wouldn't have to go to Africa to get slaves. If you got 2 million people of color here already, and you're going to enslave these people, but this is what happened. Really, I mean, they tried to enslave them, but they wasn't as strong. They couldn't handle so much of the manual labor. They would kill off. You know what I mean? That's why they didn't. It's real talk. That's why they didn't enslave. They enslaved a lot of other races. I'm saying that thing. That's why a lot of other slave. That's why they didn't enslave. a lot of other races because they couldn't work as hard or as strong as as long as people of color. This is the fact. Now, like I said, but it's going by your theory, Post. You're saying that there were 2 million people of color already here. There was it was more than 2 million. Well, whatever the case may be, if you got
2 million of them got wiped out. Some of them still survived. And what I'm saying is, though, when they got off the boat, right? When they got off the boat, they couldn't understand our language, right? They couldn't understand our language, and this is the reason why I told you that we was took from here. In terms of took from here, went to Europe, came back around, is because they had to take our language. You cannot fool the people if you don't speak their language. And that's why until this day, this language we call English is not our native tongue.
Oh, no.
They taught us their language, so it's easy for us to be susceptible and fooled there. And shout out to Frog's Dream in the chat. He said Dr. Claude Anderson has 5 books that explains that Postup is right.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? And also if you look into Bobby Hemmett, you got Phil Valentine's, you got
yes.
You got what's the dude they call father of metaphysics? Dr.
The black dude.
The black dude. Yeah. He talks about
what the hell is Blair? What the hell is this goddamn?
Dr. Blair. They call him the father of physics. Even him, if you research him, he has a what's the name on YouTube where he's talking about how we were the Aztecs and the Mayans and things like that. So you know, but I'm just saying though, if you go back and look at things, some of the things that don't make sense. Hey, it's some people that question whether the Holocaust ever occurred. So
I might agree that it might have been a couple of us, people of color around and in those areas, but I don't think we were the majority.
What?
We weren't the Aztecs, bro.
What? Are you crazy?
I don't believe that, bro.
Are you crazy?
Noah, tell him, Noah. Preach.
No, Postup. Listen to what he said.
So you saying at one point people of color didn't dominate this?
We were.
Preach.
And so we were there, but that's not. But we
didn't dominate this
planet. We're not every nationality, every civilization.
We're the only nationality on this planet that create every other race. What is you talking about? We're the only nationality on this planet that can create another race. If a white person, if a white person,
so what history taught us is that the Asians crossed the Bering Strait.
Have you ever heard of the Olmecs? The Olmecs,
but they weren't Asians; they were black. That's what you're telling me.
Have you ever heard of the Olmecs? See, the Olmecs would tell you how Asians came about, how they started off as people of color, and how they got that light skin.
So where did you find this Olmecs, Postup? Where did you find this Olmecs?
See, look, if you go,
what YouTube channel taught you about the Olmecs, huh?
Look, if we go,
black Asians,
it's not only just the Olmecs. It was another group. But if you,
I'm not saying there's not any black Asians. I'm just saying though, like we see who heavily populates Asia, right? You know. Chinese, Korean.
I'm just saying how Chinese. They started out as people of color and how they got that light skin. Just like Indians started out as people of color, but to this day they'll tell you that they look similar to white people. I'm telling you that the black woman and the black man is the only race on this planet that can create any other race.
So how can you? Where did Shogun? Hey, Postup, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Harlem come from?
Who?
Shogun of Harlem.
Shogun, I'm not.
Shogun of Harlem come from?
I'm not familiar with that. I don't know everything. Explain that to me, brother.
Last Dragon.
I think
Okay. How about this then? Right. All right. Now, Post, I'm with you 155. Now, no, wait, no, you didn't know. You still didn't know? No, like that.
I'm here.
Okay, so Noah, you're saying that you don't believe that the Aztecs were people of color. They were South and whatever, whatever. We might have been there. We again the minority is what you're saying. Because if you look at some of the statues there, let me bring up some of these Aztec statues. They have black features, wide nose, big lips.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna bring up. I'll find some of these statues here.
Dr. Blair. I forgot his first name. Z know who I'm talking about. The man. He the one who broke down the movie Avatar and how that movie is in correlation to us. Go look up him. YouTube Dr. Blair. Old black man who's definitely educated, and I know Z know who I'm talking about because he was able to bring up his name, and I know.
So all these tribe members, right? Because a lot of people of color are mixed with Native Americans, so we pick up a lot of those features too. Something.
If they say the first, if they tell you that the black woman gave birth to civilization, why couldn't you believe at one point this planet was heavily dominated by us?
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying that if Africa was the land where that supposedly gave birth to civilization, then why couldn't you believe at one point that we dominated this planet? Every continent that you go on has not only statues that Zeke could bring up when he was talking about the Aztecs and the Mayans. They have pyramids and everything that's in correlation.
Family, bro. My great.
Hold on, I want to say something. Sumerian.
She's not black.
Exactly. I'm just saying though. Yeah. Each continent have statues and pyramids on it that's in correlation to each other in terms of how they were built.
Telling me is in South America where the Aztecs inhabited.
We was in South America.
The majority of the population was of African descent.
I'm not saying African descent. There was of people of color. Have you ever read the book Rocks Cry Out? In the book when Rocks Cry Out, it tell you how we was in South America. It even talks about in terms of the Bible how everything they said that happens in the Bible that they saying happened in over in Africa and Egypt. Actually, a lot of that happened in South America. In this book, it even alludes to the home of David being in South America. Now, what happened was they said there was at one point there was an Egypt-like civilization in South America, but it was I forgot a right. Something broke out, and that's when we migrated from South America. Yeah, that's when we migrated from South America to Africa. So I'm telling you this. I'm telling you. I'm not saying. I'm telling you this because history been taught to us in a way to elude who we really are. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to a lot of these cultures and civilizations,
I have a question.
You're gonna find us. It don't matter. And and I'm gonna say this: no matter where they go on this planet, no matter how far they dig down in this planet, and no matter far even going into space per se, they always run into us. You know what I'm saying? They always run into us.
Oh, so you saying we in space too? Are you saying we in space?
Hey, they did speak about the black people of they did speak people about Saturn, the rings of Saturn.
Oh yeah, I bring that up. He
talking about the race of black people from the rings of Saturn, and Dr. Blair goes into that too. But see, it's funny when it comes from me because you like. Man, Joe, they can't believe this. This is not in popular science. This is not in our history books. This is not this. No, they're not gonna put it there. Just like the scientist Michelson. We never learned about Michelson, but he was the one who invented, created the invention to test the motion of the Earth, and found out that the Earth was not moving or spinning. But they never put him in our science books. We hear about Einstein, but Einstein was stupid. He wasn't even smart. Oppenheimer, the one who worked on the bomb for America, didn't even want to work with him. You know what I'm saying? So, and they put him as one of the smartest scientists in the world, but actually he was one of the dumbest. But y'all won't believe me. Y'all will take the things that they feed to y'all and won't laugh at them.
Who's the dumbest?
Come and say. If I come and speak against it, y'all actually go up in arms. To me, that tells me that y'all are so far gone in this system.
Those sources be on YouTube. That's why.
All right, hold on.
My sources is not on YouTube.
So you saying white people came from black people?
Even
what's
Tesla? Even Tesla spoke about.
All right, let me pay the bills right quick though. Shout out to my man Murray, said 59, so with 50 bits. He said it would be funny if it came from Dr. Blair too. FN. All right, now what you want to ask, Manhattan?
So I mean, look, I know Post. Trust me, bro. I know exactly what you're saying. Parker, actually, yes, white people did come from black. Right now, you could do a research on African children with pure blue eyes. They exist.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, Mr. Manhattan. Hold on, partner. Hold on, wait a minute now. No, but okay, now you trying to tell me that? Hold on, wait a minute.
Let me finish.
Also, you can look up. You can look up an African woman.
No, I'm not asking you all that. Right, I'm
giving birth to a white baby right now.
Give me a scientific reason how white people came from a black person. I'm asking you.
You said
I remember like reading up on this some years ago. Like they
can't absorb
like X-Men, but we have a mutant gene. Like our
cancer.
We have a gene that mutates.
Look up an African woman gives birth to a white baby. To this day,
there's scientific proof that black people do have a mutated gene. Like
yes, they do.
It's a gene that mutates.
Let me tell you something.
Go on Google right now.
What I'm saying is,
look, anything that procreates with us, man or woman, is dominant. We are dominant. Any other ways that procreates with us, our genes are automatically.
What I'm saying, actually, this
Google right now and type.
You see how? Hold on, listen for a minute, though, right? You see how we can absorb the sun rays, right, or vitamin D, whatever, right? A white person can't do it the same way we do it, though, right?
Because they don't have that many layers of melanin. They don't have that many layers of melanin as far as their skin. We got like 3 layers. We got like 3 protective layers over us, people of color. We got like 3 protective layers over us. I think I either only got like one of 2. You know what I'm saying? One or 2. That's why we can stand in the sun longer. When you're a person of melanin, you can see farther. You can hear a lot more sounds. Melanin is something that they don't educate you about. They often pass it off as being nothing too spectacular, just like they do the pineal gland, even though that's one of the most powerful glands in your body that controls all of the other glands. But melanin do so much and does so much, and it's pretty much in everything in nature as well. But you gotta look on this stuff, man. You gotta start.
What I'm saying,
on this stuff, man.
The black race is farly much older than a white race. So pinpoint that time frame where the white race came to existence.
Yeah, what they say they've been 6,000 years. Ain't that what they tell you in the Bible?
First white man was found.
Yeah, you know, white man being
the first white man was found in the cave hiding from the sun.
What? This is my question. Okay. We gonna keep. We keep the thing of speed, right?
Move it along.
We gonna keep this. We gonna keep the thing. We'll call this thing a buck, right? And then again, breaks. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes of fame. Now we heard my man posted. You know, some of you guys may say some of the things he brought up today. Maybe it seem a little outlandish. People of color in space, but if you can see the video behind me, I'm not even gonna play it. This guy here, this 7 feet black people from outer space. This guy Norman Bergen, who had an above top secret clearance, also wrote the book. Wrote the book, The Rings of Saturn. You know, actually had pictures of ships, or whatever, mining the rings of Saturn. But he said, you know, when NASA has pictures of these people when they landed, you know, they get out this ship. But anyway, neither here nor there. But this ain't no crack here. But I said it to say this, right? And I asked this question, especially as a religious person, right? If we all came from Briggs, you subscribe to the fact of the Adam and Eve theory, right? Creationism. I mean, you had Briggs. So
right here. Go ahead.
Let's say, for whatever. Let's say black and Adam and Eve were whatever color. What color would you say Adam and Eve were? What race or whatever?
Well, according to the Sumerian, you know, I know for a fact they weren't white.
Okay, but I'm just break. Let me get to break. So I mean,
definitely of color.
Okay, so Adam and Eve were people of color, right? So we all came from Adam and Eve, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why do we have different species or different races of humans? What I mean, ethnicity, you know what I mean? Spanish, Latin, and here's something. I'm not talking about the language they speak because they went to a different locale and the Tower of Babel.
Can I say some crazy shit though? That ass though, Spanish is not a race. This may sound like.
Oh, I'm just being okay. Whatever. I'm being facetious. Latin, whatever the case may be.
They people of color too. They just don't know.
Fine, but I'm saying this again. I say that this.
Right. That's why I Puerto Rico.
Black.
Okay, but my question is to you, Briggs, is that if you subscribe to this Adam and Eve theory, right? Yeah. And we all came from Adam and Eve. Should we all be the same ethnicity?
We all.
What?
Are combined. No. Let me tell you. We all are combined into one. Let me say this first.
Oh man, Lord Jesus.
Combined by one spirit, and that spirit leads and is connected to our Heavenly Father. I'm gonna say that first. But and when He created all things, that means He switched up because at very first beginning of the time, we were all the same. We spoke the same languages. When we got so smart, we started building that ladder, that stairway up to heaven. He broke everything down, changed our languages, spread us out across the world.
You're talking about Tower Barrel.
And this is where things get kind of tricky.
Got him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a question lined up for you, Briggs.
Okay. Briggs, I wasn't talking about the language. And you're talking about the story of Tower of Babel said, let us go down there and confuse man's tongue. You're talking about the story there. Now, again, just because you speak a different a language doesn't, or a native tongue, it doesn't mean it's going to change you genetically, or you're going to have, you're going to be a different,
no. When you in, see that's what people don't understand. When you in someone's belly, when you in a woman's belly,
okay,
and especially at the beginning when Adam and Eve was here, it doesn't matter at that point in time the race. It didn't matter.
That wasn't the question.
They were to recreate.
Hey, you buck dancing right now. That wasn't the question. I'm asking you if we all came from Adam and Eve, right? Whatever. Say if I say if you and your old lady, right? This is the question. Say if you and your old lady, your heavenly father put y'all on Pluto, right? And if y'all were to bear children, all of your children, you're not going to give birth to no blue babies. All of your children are going to be of one color, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Speak up. Speak up.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to listen to what you're saying.
I'm just saying. So I'm asking you if you subscribe to this theory about all of us coming from Adam and Eve, right?
Yep.
Why do we have so many different races of people? Now you try to buck dance and go to the Tower of Babel, but we spread out.
I was trying to explain to you.
Okay.
My way of explaining to you.
Okay, I'm here.
I'm gonna cut it short then. My thing.
No, you get take it down.
When you are in someone's belly and the Creator wants that male or female to be a certain way, that's His creation. Now, He changed. No, hear me out. Listen to what I'm saying.
Let him talk.
It's so many children. You guys look through the history of women having children.
Okay.
It's being had. Why is there triplets? Why does one lady have 6 babies? Every last one of them was a different.
Hey, Briggs.
You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, that wasn't the question.
Hey, Briggs, hold up. Have you ever taken a basic biology class?
He said, hey, bro. Hey, yo.
Briggs, now they can shame you, my brother.
Hey, yo, Briggs. said he was educated in the penal system. Briggs, what the fuck are you talking about?
It doesn't have nothing to do with
have you ever had a child? Have you ever had a child, Briggs?
He said, father?
I got one in college right now, and my other
all right, that's great.
Z, to answer your question.
Awesome. Now, Briggs, does that child look 50% like you? What?
100% like her mother.
Briggs.
It doesn't work like that, Briggs.
It does.
Briggs just realized his kid. Briggs just realized his kid's white.
Hey, I got my blood test done too, and she is my baby.
No, I'm joking.
Hey, Briggs. I mean, you going on to? I just asked you one question. You talking about the belly? You talking about the spirit was connected and the Tower of Babel? That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question, brother. You buck dancing.
To start civilization over again, father decided to do what he did. As far as when the child is in a person's belly at that time, you don't know.
Are you saying
life.
God is like
I
Zeus
want
or
to say something, though, right? Listen, right?
He creates.
Listen,
hey, man, are you saying like God is like Zeus or some shit? Getting your woman pregnant? Like, what the fuck are you saying, Briggs?
No, I'm saying he creates what comes out of the woman once she's pregnant.
But how do you create life, Briggs? Do you have to go back to biology for this shit?
He makes. I don't care what you guys' books say, man. I don't care.
Of course, you don't care what the book says. We only care about what the Bible says.
Listen, though, I want to say something real quick, though, right? About Adam and Eve. Scientifically, it was proven that the man couldn't have come first, though. You know, so you could look that up.
Here's the thing. Now listen, I don't care about who
Parker talking shit.
Let me say this right.
That's
and let me say this right, and that's what I'm saying. Briggs, you got to get out that book. This shit kind of spooky, right? I asked you one question. You told me we was connected through the spirit. That wasn't even. I ain't asked about no way spirituality. I asked you.
Y'all tell me these babies are being created without God's say so? That's what y'all trying to say?
That wasn't even the question. That wasn't even the question. I asked you if we all. I repeat, if I remove said tree, I said if we all came from Adam and Eve, right? All right. I'm not talking about you have some light skin or some dark skin shit. I'm light. Chanel's lighter than me, and Maya's dark. I understand that, but my question is to you. If we all came from Adam and Eve, right? Why do you have different races of people? You got Chinese people, you got you know, Indian, this, that, and the other. How did that come to be if we all came from Adam and Eve?
I just told you.
How?
That God created.
And you know this how?
Created within a woman. Man, once the woman is pregnant, he can do whatever he wants. That's a life.
Listen, Greg.
Wait. We can say.
Story.
I got people. Hey, let me tell you this. I got people I got children that was born into my family, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like my mom, bro. That looks like my auntie, bro.
Yeah, because she's your mom. It's their grandma and shit.
Exactly. So
that's how genetics work.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Hey, Briggs. Everybody in your family giving birth to no Chinese baby, Briggs. What I'm asking you, brother.
Hey, Briggs, you're basically saying at this point, people could be like, "That ain't my baby. That's God's baby." Go! Hey, see, when you were 14, you didn't have a child. That was God. Jesus.
Basically, if you want to look at it, yes.
Hey, Briggs.
I will even say this. Are y'all familiar with Dr. Are y'all familiar with
Post, shut the fuck up.
Are y'all familiar with David Icke?
You were homeschooled, huh?
Are y'all familiar with David Icke?
Yes.
David Icke?
Yes. The white dude.
No. The white dude who talked about shit. See, look, y'all can sit up. Look, see, Z be researching the same. Z might don't talk that much because he know I'm putting myself out there.
Listen.
But Z be researching a lot of the stuff we on the same wavelength. Now, Dr. Icke did an interview with a black priest, right?
Okay.
Everything's black. Everything's black.
The CIA.
You talking about my man, the black dude from Africa? Yeah.
The black dude from Africa who would say the CIA was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
So as a child, right, in his culture, they have this thing where history, knowledge from the beginning of civilization is passed down to their people, but you have to go through this certain ritual in order to become that person and to gain all that knowledge. And he did a story with Dr. Icke about the lizard people and how they kind of
with our women
procreated with our women. Mm-hmm. And I forgot. You know what? I'm gonna say that for another show because I gotta go refresh myself. But Z know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
It starts. It's in terms of the story was in terms of how we came about. How at one point we didn't speak with our mouth. We spoke telepathically. We didn't have no knowledge of sex or anything like that. Hold on, I'm just saying. The story that he explained was that
you need to write a comic book.
Hold on, no, I don't need to.
Come on, Paul.
I don't need to. I don't know what
I was gonna say.
Damn sure. Post
communication. What we're doing right now what we're doing right now is supposed to be the lowest form of communication.
You're absolutely right.
As far as what us speaking to each other, this talk we're doing is the lowest form of communication.
Absolutely right.
If I believe in myself, I can go Super Saiyan 2.
See, you don't know what you're capable of. And see, they got you. The system got you because you don't even know.
Hey, Noah, have you ever seen that kid go Super Saiyan on that YouTube video?
You don't even know that.
That's Postup right now.
That it was trash. And y'all can laugh. I got a question. No. It's even tribes back in the day that was able to move large objects with sound.
With sound. Vibration.
Yes. You don't know that at one point we spoke telepathically with our brain and our conscience.
We've been dumbed down.
He talks about how the human at one point we had no knowledge of sex and procreation. See, y'all so far, y'all, man, I don't know what.
But you know, that story.
I gotta get out the zero when I'm talking.
Hey, but you know that story comes from Inky Enlil, and the Sumerians. You know, the creation. But I got a question for Sean. Sean, you've been doing a lot of heckling. It's your time to shine here, bro. I'm about to throw your ass right up on this bus. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in, Sean?
Islam.
Okay. Got him. Okay, not a problem. And again, thank you for joining the show. I have a question to you.
I got a problem with that.
So you subscribe to the fact that Prophet Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
That the angel Gabriel came to him and Iqra recited, and a man that was illiterate recited. So was it 76 books in the Quran? 77 books in the Quran? 76, whatever. 77 books in the Quran. That's what you believe, right?
You mean pages? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but that's what you believe, right? Yes.
No. But there's, like I said, there's many prophets. Yeah. Muhammad is but look, Muhammad is our final prophet.
So who was responsible for putting the Quran together? It was Prophet Muhammad, right?
It's through God, yeah, Allah.
Huh?
The voice, Allah, not God.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, he got the message. Yeah, the message was passed on to Muhammad
from the angel Gabriel came to and told him to the Iqra, means recite.
Okay. One second.
Oh, now you want that 1 second. Sean,
let me tell you about Sean. Sean has to play towards the direction of his
Listen. The message came from Allah to Gabriel to Muhammad.
Yeah. That's what you're saying, right? That's what you believe in, Sean, right? If some asking also with Prophet Muhammad was okay. I know you're back. I don't come back. It's your time. Don't get scared now. And you subscribe to the fact that Prophet Muhammad was illiterate, right?
Yeah.
All right. So illiterate. So you know what illiterate means, right? Illiterate.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So he couldn't what?
Okay. Yeah.
He
unlearned.
Nah, he wasn't illiterate.
I mean, it means that if you didn't know that he was unlearned, he couldn't speak the language that the Arab that was that was recited to him, right? So
right,
okay, cool, right? So I'll give you that. So I have a question for you. All right, if you're gonna go by the mainstream religions, right? You have Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, right? You have three. You have a whole bunch of other ones, but the main three. And out of the main three, Islam is the youngest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is to you, right? And when be fair, does God make mistakes?
God made mistakes? No.
Okay, He's perfect, right? So if God is perfect, and if Islam's the way to go, I don't have a problem with that. Why wouldn't Noah? Yeah. Why weren't they Islamic before then? Because we have been on this earth for thousands of years that predate these religions again by thousands of years.
Yeah. So
again, why wasn't it one true religion back then? Why Islam?
Why Islam? Yeah. When it's like I said, the first religion that yeah. When it first came, like I said, this is all like God, isn't it? Probably was if it was Jesus Christ, and you got your more yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. No. Like I said, the first say Christianity and that religion was there. It was out there.
What happened?
I mean? So
I'm trying to understand. Your accent got really thick, right? I'm trying to. What are you saying, brother? What happened?
You cutting out, Z.
Oh, you can't hear me? I'm cutting out.
You cutting out.
Am I cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, somewhat.
Okay. What about now? I'm
good.
All right. So
I can't let me jump on questions. Z. Well, like I said, right. I'm not I'm trying to answer as best as I can. From I guess speaking to people. I'm not like I'm not Muslim, but I'm not like super. But according to this, basically all these religions that came first. People were strayed away from God. So Islam was the final one. You basically, in a sense, I'm going to give you this religion. It's I can't fully explain it, but I know for a fact, they would say Islam is the final religion because the most religion people kept straying away from God. So it's like giving them another chance, the correct path to follow.
So I get. So he's gonna get mad. Wait, look.
My only thing is that this planet we're on is billions and billions of years old, right? But they lead you to believe that we only been here 6,000 years. It's older than that. They led you to believe that we only been here 6,000 years. So you got Christianity, which is like 6,000 years old. You got the Quran that's like 2,000 years old in terms of the book, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, but more or less. Give or take.
Christianity like a little over 2019 years old because they didn't start marking. They didn't start. From what I read in my history classes, they didn't track time. They didn't track the years until after Jesus.
So they said, no, that's not. That's
a lie, though.
Yeah, that's the Christianity thing there. Because BC, what do you think BC stands for?
Yeah,
before common era.
No, it's before. It stands for before common era. That has nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever.
The Sumerians tracked everything, purchases.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't just the Sumerians. The Mayans. So to say that we wasn't tracking years before.
Mayans.
Well, also, sometimes, listen though, Post, some things automatically written down. It was like the oral tradition and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I'm just telling you, laugh at your brother, but you take the word of your master. That don't even sound right. You laugh at your brother in the face of your brother, but you take the word of your master as truth. We got a problem on this show. They need to be sanctified on this show. They need to be hit with some holy water on this show.
Hey, yo, man.
See, I got a problem with Islam. Personally.
Okay, what happened? What happened, brother? Give your testimony.
Listen, right. Islam, they be trying to shit on Christianity, right?
And
they be stealing false.
Let Park give his testimony. Let me give his testimony.
Give his testimony. Hey.
The thing is, right? They try to say Bible ain't this and that, but they take the core concepts of the Bible. They may change it.
Man, Christianity got more paganism
because there's one God.
No, I'm saying though, but critical though, what you're doing.
What you say?
Man, nah. Cause you try to shit on the Bible. The Bible's false. You taking concepts out the Bible and stuff like that.
What are you talking about? Muhammad was in the Bible. What did you talking about? They took him out of the Bible.
Come on.
What is you talking about?
What are you talking about? Let's get this guy.
What you believe in, Parker? Parker, what you believe in?
Parker, listen.
What's your religion, Parker?
Final religion, Islam. Parker, what do you believe in first?
Bro.
What do you believe in?
It's not even a brand.
Hey, Sean.
It's an Abrahamic religion.
Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you this first of all. Religion is a man-made concept. Fact. That's not in my opinion.
That's what you believe in. That's what you believe in.
You know what? No, that's the truth. Bro, I can.
No.
Your religion has a date. No, to have it. Listen, you should even believe. To have, you know what the root word of believe is? Belief is to be fucking unsure. Okay, fact. You can't walk into the courtroom and say, "I believe he shot me." Motherfucker gonna walk free. Your religion that you live your life by has a fucking birth date. It's made by man. Religion is a man-made concept. I don't give a fuck how you spend it.
Came through God.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, even to you, I never say how spooky this shit get, especially with these religions, right? And you don't, and again, not against you, because people not just say this you. Before we sign up for these mainstream religions, it's passed down to us, and we don't do the research ourselves. Even I'm quite sure you say "Amen" also in your prayer. Muslims say "Amen" and Christians say "Amen." Even that right there, and it says that I'm a God and just God put another God before me. Amen stands for short from Amen Ra, the Egyptian sun god. That predates Christianity, Judaism, all that shit again by thousands of fucking years. But you say Amen, and that's where it comes from.
Hey, Briggs. Briggs.
That's what.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Briggs, how you feel about Jesus being the son of David and the offspring of the morning star?
Why ain't read that yet?
Wait.
No, Paul.
You know, I never understood that. I never understood that because they kept saying God is Jesus, but at the same time he's the son of Morning Star, which is Lucifer. So
which is Lucifer. In the book, I forgot which book. I shot to my guy Norton. He said he read that it stated in one of the books of the Bible. I don't know if this is the Adam and Eve book I'm reading, or I forgot which book it is. It said Jesus was the son of David and the offspring of the morning star.
Man, that shit's crazy, man. That's a lot to take in. But hey, guys, I have somebody here from the chat who he want to talk about the whole native thing we brought up earlier. So I'm about to drag him down. I think he's from Planet Xbox or something. So Z apparently knows.
Hold on, somebody had asked me a question. Let me answer these questions, man. I've been sitting back listening and everything. I just want to get this off my chest. in a time, his mission and his truth has always been questioned. Whether he be here of flesh, whether he be here of spirit, he was always questioning who he was. You know what I mean? When he was here of flesh, they destroyed his flesh and killed him. And then when he passed away and came back the second time, they still questioned him.
Wait.
He showed all the miraculous miracles by healing people.
Briggs, and you know this how?
Because God said so.
Huh?
I don't. Hey. Just like it says in my Great Truth book, it says that I don't answer nobody, man. I might even be asked questions.
What? What? Hey, bro, you're not spooky and shit, Sam. You want me to believe you? You want me? You want me?
No.
You gotta believe in the Bible.
What I'm saying. He says no. He says that once I'm under Him, even when you renew through. Hold on. Once you renew through Christ, man, you made new, right? Which I have been through the process that I had just went through, but I'm not gonna explain that. But anyway,
wait, hold on. How do you know
once you go through the process,
because you read in the Bible?
You don't answer. Listen to what I'm saying, man. When you and I can't explain it to you because you would have to go through that same process. But we all
process is this?
Oh, let me.
I can answer that.
Every time I say something,
we got guests from the chat.
This shit get real spooky
for a while.
Let him finish.
Let the man preach.
I've been quiet for a while.
Preach.
Show some respect, man. Go ahead.
Give us your testimony.
See, you don't leave me alone, man. No, my
testimony.
Always been questioned, man. I don't question his truth, man. Like I said, once one of you guys perish, right? Because we're all guaranteed two things: to be born, live, and then die. Mm-hmm. Okay? When we're born and then we die, you know, you got to live your life and then you die. Once you die,
you don't die.
Say for instance, hold on. Say, for instance, he is real. You go right to him to be questioned, to be talked to. You got to answer for all your sins you've done. Say this happens, right? What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna have questions. Why, where you been at, bro? Like you left this.
No. What are you gonna say by everybody on here that says that they don't believe in? Oh, it's the sun god, Sun Ra, and all these things.
You never heard about the god? You never heard about Ra?
No.
The Egyptian.
Hold on. Let him finish. I'm gonna let him finish, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer.
That's what happens, man.
The things that I've witnessed and the things that I've been through contradicts and says everything that you guys are saying right now is completely false.
What?
You know what? That is the problem. When you seclude yourself into one truth, you become a puppet of that truth and whoever created it. And you're so in that fear in that truth because the Bible teaches you fear. It teaches you to fear God, to say if you go against anything, I know, and that fear is going to keep you from knowing who you are. That fear is going to keep you from truth. That fear is going to prevent you from researching and look into anything other than what that book tells you to do.
I got a question.
Hold on, chill, bro. Chill.
It ain't even a book.
Yo, let's all chill.
Preach.
Hey, we got somebody in the chat. Let him talk.
Hey, what you gonna say, brother?
I got a question to whoever was talking about the whole religion. Was it Man Gamer?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Give him 1-on-1, yes.
Preach.
Oh no, his dog came in. But I like what Septic said in the chat. I believe in the one and true God.
Kratos.
I worship Kratos, the only God in these digital streets.
Okay, I'm back. Man Gamer, I have a question for you, Man Gamer. And like I'm saying, I'm not throwing any punches at anybody. How did you grow up? Because apparently you grew up as a Christian. What denomination? I'm wondering.
I was baptized at the age of 14. Yes.
What I'm asking is, did you have a denomination? Were you a Baptist? Were you a Protestant? Were you? You know what I'm asking.
I'm a Christian. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, Christian. Okay, so you said Christian, right?
Yes.
I think you're a Baptist. It's like one of those Baptist niggas.
Let me explain this to you.
Come on, Frog. Break this down, Frog.
I grew up in church all my life, hearing the same things you said. Don't question this. And I was a young child asking questions to better understand because I constantly had my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother telling me, don't question this. How am I supposed to learn if I can't ask questions, right?
Yep.
But then you're talking about...
Hold on. Let Frog speak. Let him get his testimony out. Well,
and I'm 43, right? So I've lived a long life on this earth. So I did 20 years in the military, retired from that. I love gaming. There's a lot of things I love, but I started questioning a lot of things because of things I saw and this whole religious concept. So I looked at Islam, I looked at Judaism, I said all of it's BS. All of it's BS. Let me explain something to you. When you start looking at history and you start going back, especially Christianity is something that has kept us in chains. And black people are the biggest culprits in this country, and it keeps them in chains. You would sit here and you would lie to. Do you even know how Christianity came to be in this country? And you know how the slave masters would sit down, one slave, to educate them and say, you read this to this congregation of people to keep them in check, to keep them in line.
And
because
what's the name of that movie?
Hold on.
Birth of a Nation?
Let me ask you this question. Because you say you're a Christian. When in your Christian religion, because I don't say I'm a Christian, I have a faith, and I believe there's a higher power than me.
Yes.
But I don't believe that white Jesus that's sitting on the wall is the God that they said that's walking around here. And people always say, well, why do you got to pull a cut on it? Because ever since I was young and going to churches, that's the only man that I saw sitting on these stained glass windows that was supposed to be my God. That's not my God. Hold on.
Let's talk about it, bro.
That's not my God. Number one, when I started looking at history and I started looking at why you say Amen, it came from Amen Ra. All this stuff came from Egyptians way before. When you said back, somebody on here said they were talking about, humanity coming out of Africa. Well, there's a thing. It's Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. Homo sapiens came out of Africa. Neanderthals came out of Europe. There's two different. We eventually mixed. So that's how we got two different people. The Adam and Eve story is bullcrap. People were here before Adam and Eve. That whole Bible that they tell you in the beginning, this is this, and the only two people existed was Adam and Eve character, that's a lie.
I'm gonna ask you something.
You know what? Hold on. The Pope himself, the Pope would go into these African nations and say, if they don't believe what we, kill them. Put them on a pike, put them on a spear. If you constantly, let me tell you something, it only takes 3 generations to turn your whole being of what you know to something different. 3 generations.
Yep.
So if you kill off that 3 generations and you take that new generation and tell them you came over in this boat, you're gonna believe it.
Yep.
We were 5 million strong, not just I'm West Indian. I'm from the island.
Talk about it.
We were 5 million strong.
Shut your ass up,
let me tell you.
Because he's speaking facts.
Hold on.
He's backing up what I was saying.
When I grew up, right, I believed that I came from Arawak Indian, right, on this island called Jamaica. And I said, where's the proof? There's no proof of no Arawak Indians. The only people I ever knew to be there were the people that were already there. The indigenous people. The indigenous people. It's the same as... Hold on. It's the same as when you look at Australia and you see all these people running around that they call Aborigines, which we are Aborigines. We are the indigenous people of this land, which is called Turtle Rock Island. But they'll lie to you and tell you they brought you over on these slave ships. Yes, they brought some Africans over and slaves.
Talk about it, folks.
Already here.
Calm down, folks.
These people
was already here.
That they call Native Americans. Those are not the Native Americans. They gave them reparations in land, but we still ain't got no reparations in lands because they put a term on us. It's called African American to make you believe that you're from somewhere that doesn't even want you anymore.
That doesn't even exist.
That doesn't even exist.
That's why we have no sovereignty. We have no land to turn our heads.
Let me tell you something.
That's why we haven't given us
Someone agrees with me.
Hey, look,
we have no sovereignty.
Post got the Holy Ghost.
If you look at
I'm gonna say one thing.
If you look at every group, they got their reparations.
Yo, let her finish.
I'm gonna say one thing.
If you look at every group,
I'm gonna end the show with this. Get, brother. You got it. Go.
I've never down anybody for what they believe. I've been in the Middle East, and those people are just like me. And I'm like, you eat the same as me. I grew up eating curry and all kind of stuff. And I'm like, damn, how are we so similar, but we're so far away? And I sat there and I talked to this Middle Eastern guy who's Islamic, and I grew up Christian. We sat there and we had a whole different bond on a different level. It wasn't religion. It was humanity itself that said we are in some way connected. And I said, this doesn't make sense. I'm fighting a war, killing you people because of so-called this and that, and it's religion. Bullshit if America tells you it's not. And I'm like, I'm killing my brothers. I'm killing my sisters, and they're killing me because of once again the white man is telling me to do it. I have no say. So once I join the military, I give them my rights. But this is what I'll say: you have to research and you have to grow. Black people, especially in this country, with the whole Christianity thing, y'all are sitting there and y'all are stuck in a rut of generations of being subdued to white people telling you, you know what? Just when you die, this is where everything is gonna be. You're gonna get everything when you die.
When you die,
I'm gonna tell you like this. I sat there one day and I listened to all of our black leaders, right? Because I listened to them, and I'm definitely more of a Malcolm X guy, not religion, of his way of thinking, than I'm a Martin Luther King guy. You take one of mine, I'm taking 10 of yours. I'm not about that. Let me pray about it. No, that's not how it works. That's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. The Black Panthers are supposed to be the most dangerous people. They took all this stuff away, but we still got KKK. Yep. You see what I'm saying? There's a problem within this country and the system, and the problem is they're brainwashed you.
They want you to pray instead of retaliate.
Look, let me tell you, black churches, they build up black churches in the community, put the black ministers in the black churches doing for community. Look at Creflo Dollar. This clown ain't doing nothing for community. He spending $1 million on jets. God didn't say you needed that. You said you needed that. Let's be real. These black churches are being funded by the government because they're controlled.
You just said something. Divide and conquer. They did the same shit with India and Pakistan. They divide.
Hold on. Let me add to what he said. Back in the day, hold on. It ain't my fault. You a dumbass, Parker, and can't keep up. Hold on. So look, the Pope created this doctrine back in the day that allowed them to go on any continent on this planet and say, hey, if you're not down with Jesus or Christianity, you either get down and lay down. Guess what? That doctrine still exists today. And me and my brother was just talking about it. It's 6 white nuns that's trying to get that document destroyed, trying to prevent it. Because that same document that allowed them to run to every continent and say, get down with Jesus or lay down, it still exists today. That's how they are able to still go into these countries and do what they do. That's why they all in the Sudan and in Africa creating these civil wars and stuff like that. Man, y'all gotta know. Y'all look at
hold up. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna end the show right now, right? I'm still recording. Shout out to the Patreon members. If those are and my makeshift super chat.
I'm sorry I came in so late.
No, it's cool. It's cool, good brother.
No, it's cool.
But if you enjoyed the show today, hit the share button. It's already 11 o'clock. But we're gonna do this in the after party.
We gotta be consistent.
I just want to say something, right? Yeah. I had a whole conversation with a pastor, right, when he was talking about the Bible. I asked him about the whole entire